she's utterly motionless, gazing steadily, taking a nap? Is this some kind of new trend? Sleeping while standing up? Maybe I can show her something to bring her back.
Hey there. We are back with more Reverse 1999. I'm not clicking on this since it's not the new date yet. I have like 15 minutes until then. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna go back in to the main story. We've been making good progress. I was planning on playing yesterday, but I couldn't do it. Couldn't fall asleep Sunday night, so woke up late on Monday. Couldn't do it. Today I woke up early, managed to go out, do some stuff that I need to do outside, and I got back in time so that I can play for 2 or 3 hours today. Now we played 8 chapters the last time, so I say another 8 today, and then a third day this week. Get the others done. Does this say the time? Hold on. I'm looking at the time now. Yeah, it actually does show it. That's interesting. It's like this is like, yeah, 10 p.m. 10:10. This is 10:55. The Central Tower. Okay, well, let's get started with this. Let's not waste any time. The Central Tower, part 9. Gotta get another 8 parts done today. I will not be done before the Enigma stuff is out, but
we met at the gallery earlier.
I still think this is the same VA as like that one character from the last event.
Please,
which is interesting. It sounds the same. Recoleta pays no mind to the young man's explanation. The focus holds on the woman beside him.
It's you, Octavia! The murderer herself!
She's not the murderer, I think.
Please, calm yourself, Miss Recoleta. The jailer has already confirmed that she wasn't the one to fire at the idealist.
Yeah, that's what I think. I don't think it would be her.
Somewhere else in the room.
She doesn't believe it. Recoleta bites her lip, giving up a little space to the intruders.
Miss Octavia, what brings you here at this hour?
I come here out of goodwill. Believe me, I didn't want any bloodshed either. I understand you just arrived today. There's something you need to know about the inmates here.
Okay, yeah, there's a lot we don't know, honestly.
We're outcasts, rejected by society and literature. And our privileges are limited within these walls. But before I started my own literature group, I struck a deal with the Panopticon authorities.
Oh god.
If we cooperate and stay out of trouble, they'd leave us be. We could discuss literature freely and openly in Comala.
Okay.
Such a thing may seem trivial to you, but this is of immense importance to us.
Oh, there's no happier thing in this world than discussing literature. No one should ever put limits on it.
Right.
You're right, Recoleta. But we're prisoners here. There are certain rules we have to follow. Except, the idealist didn't see it our way. He refused to compromise, believing that the long poem and his so-called ism could break us free from the cage of the ever-watchful eye.
Hmm.
Perhaps he was right.
In what way?
He might have achieved more if you'd listen to him. After all, visceral realism keeps us connected to who we are.
We
You
haven't.
have to believe in the truth of visceral realism.
We don't.
Because out there, beyond these walls...
Not sure what the
many of
definition
us
is for
still
that
do.
movement. What is visceral
And what
idealism?
has it changed?
Realism, even.
Garcia, you're the latest inmate here. Tell us, 3 months ago, before they arrested you and took you here, what has the visceral realism movement accomplished out there?
Has it accomplished anything, or is it just in this prison? Okay, Garcia produces a metallic vibration on its grates. Paper roll burns between his
At
lips.
first, it was revolutionary. Young poets joined in droves. We held gatherings. And the literary world seemed alive again. I was just a kid when the leading poets left the city. Everyone thought it was only temporary. But it didn't come back. And nothing has happened since. No one says it. But we all know. Visceral realism died in 1977.
Right. Didn't make a splash
No,
in the
not
real
for
world.
me.
Not for
It's
you.
not dead as long as people still believe in it. I believe in it.
Doesn't seem to be a popular literary movement yet, at all. Eve ignores the childish remark. She knows that conviction can be as fragile as a spider's
Belief,
web.
faith, what is this obsession with the true self? Why does your type always insist on there being a true self hiding beneath our roles in society? Our disciplines?
Look at the idealist. He never once stopped fighting for what he believed in, even long after he was put behind these bars.
Idealist, what a name he gave himself. Who will he be when he finally breaks free from the eyes of the Central Tower? When he's left without his willful audience? And nobody. That's what. And that is a truth even he is terrified of.
Miss Octavia, I hope you've come with something more important to share than just some criticism of the idealist.
She's just here to start more drama.
You're right.
And
I
speak
have an
ill of the
important
dead.
message for you. Dr. Torres, I heard you were looking
There
for
we
her.
go.
The woman from the Sao Paulo Veterans Residence. She used to write under
Finally.
the name Erd.
We've not heard
Didn't
anything at all since we came here. It's
Yes.
we've just been getting
That's
to know
right.
the inmates.
Do you know her? You're the first person I've met here to speak plainly about her. Do you know where she might be?
We crossed paths, but only briefly. I'm not sure where she's gone. Maybe the authorities know. However, she left this with me.
She left.
I think you'll need
Did
it
she?
more than I do.
I'm not sure where she's gone. So she isn't here? Or is she here? I don't know. She hands over her personal folder. Before they might open it, she has already turned to leave.
We have other
Okay.
matters to attend to. I'll leave you to your business. Garcia, shall we?
Your visitors leave in haste, their faces and expressions obscured by the night's shadows. Foundation's investigators open the worn manuscript folder with caution.
The physician told me the horrifying truth about the Panopticon of Kamala and the power behind it. Manus Vindictae.
Of course, it's Manus.
By becoming the Panopticon's sole patron, they seized control of the resources and the allocation system, turning this place into a living hell. I suspect that the physician, the current highest authority here, is responsible for this situation.
Okay, so they're controlling this whole place.
Through brutal training, even when they were too sick to carry out their tasks. They also forced pure-blood Arcanist inmates to wear their masks, effectively turning them into murmuring puppets.
Just as we suspected.
Okay,
Manus
then.
Vindictae is orchestrating everything. No wonder we didn't find them in the city. They've been hiding here all along.
There we go.
No one would have thought to come looking for them here.
He snapped the folder shut. Familiar signature seen on the forward page of Utu magazine. The receipt found in Sao Paulo's heartfelt home.
But why would Miss Octavia bring this to us? What's in it for her? Do you think she's trying to mislead us, Timekeeper?
Maybe. But the handwriting in that notebook is most certainly Erd's. If she's leading us astray on purpose, why? Miss Recoleta, what do you think? Could she be Aleph?
Who? Earth?
Not a chance. Haven't you seen how she denies everything beautiful in the world? Aleph would never be so biased.
Oh.
No. Aleph is like a mirror. He reflects both light and shadow. But, Octavia, maybe she hasn't looked at the shadow within for a long time. I know that look on her face. It's the look of a writer. I've seen so many like her during my trip. The faces of a lost, struggling generation.
Interesting. Well, we did learn that the Manus is here at least. Under the night sky, Kuma prison stands like a forgotten gravestone, covered in something. It skipped over. We're gonna see someone else's perspective now. Davia? In a room repurposed from a prison cell, 3 girls in search of someone share an absurd, bizarre tale. Meanwhile, at the entrance of the center watchtower, a jaguar knocks on a secure door.
Dr. Merlin,
The
I'm
fuck?
here to report on today's events.
Merlin?
Come in.
Merlin? Why the hell are you named Merlin? Frantic writing breaks the quiet of the room. The jailer's visit does not deter the man behind the desk. He continues writing.
There was a commotion in the gallery today, sir. An inmate known as the Idealist was severely injured. The inmates nearby said he lost consciousness from blood loss.
Is he not dead yet?
After we put everyone back in their cell, the Idealist was gone.
Oh yeah,
I
he
made
was
a
gone.
sweep of the
Right.
grounds, but there was no trace of him.
We just lost sight of
It's
him
possible
completely.
that he regained consciousness and went into hiding. I'll perform a full search tomorrow.
Jaguar finds herself quite unexpectedly concealing the truth about Papu. Right.
No need.
That's the guy.
Fair?
That's
He
the
knew
guy.
consequences of breaking the rules, did he not?
That's Aleph. Is Aleph the physician then? Oh.
Sir, with all due respect, I think today's incident proved just how dangerous it is to let the inmates keep their weapons. We never should have let them walk around with deadly weapons, even if we had to. We should have doubled the guards. We can't expect them to follow their own rules simply out of fear of the central tower.
I mean, someone did shoot a guy. Physician interrupts her sharply with
Such
no
matters
hint of
fall
concern.
beyond your purview, jailer. You only need to do what's required of your title. Is there anything else?
There is another thing. 2 guests from the Foundation came through today. They said they were looking for someone named Doris. They've shown
Yeah.
a willingness to cooperate, though they were involved with the incident in Corridor Zero.
The sound of writing continues. Her report is disregarded. The jailer takes a deep breath. Next part is difficult to say.
Sir, there is one more thing. I told Miss Octavia we're short on rations, and she's adjusted the inmates' portions accordingly, but that won't last long.
Are you short on
Manus
rations?
Vindicti stopped providing supplies back in March, and Sino has collected all the prisoners they had previously placed in her custody. I just wonder why they have so suddenly withdrawn from Ushuaia and brought all the prisoners with them. I also noticed that we
preparation for a
haven't
storm?
received any orders from the government since Warden Tartuffe was transferred. In fact, we haven't had any communication with them at all.
So it's just sort of stranded now.
In frank terms, we're facing down a serious shortage of medicine, food, and basic supplies. At this rate, the Panopticon will soon be unable to operate. Where will our inmates go then?
The man before her says nothing for a long time, his pen still flickering over the page.
Can we ask the Foundation for help? They've sent their people here. Maybe they're interested in the Panopticon? I could arrange a meeting if you like.
You're unusually talkative today.
The man finally stops writing and looks up.
Pardon, sir?
That's fascinating, you know.
Oh, there he
You've
is.
become so much more concerned about this place and its inmates
He
than
looks
when you
so
first
cool.
started. You are now dictated by your title.
Damn, what is he holding? What is this weapon? It's like a saw or something. Has like a double belt thing here going on. Kind of looks like an Undertaker a little bit. I don't know, but also very red. A lot of red everywhere. I don't know.
I didn't mean to overstep. I'm sorry.
You can go now. I have a great deal of work to do. Oh, and one more thing.
He beckons the jailer back before she leaves.
Make sure this month's Kamala Congress is held according to schedule.
Yes, sir.
The Jaguar disappears beyond the door, metallic footsteps fading into the distance. Only then does the physician allow his suppressed frustration to surface.
How many times have I warned you about this? The idealist has to go. He's nothing but trouble for us. You're too soft on him, Aleph.
What?
Look at the mess he has us in now. Calm down.
Oh, are you speaking to yourself? Is it like a
He's a rabble-rousing thief, a self-destructive maniac.
Dr. Jekyll,
A snake
Mr.
in the grass.
Hyde type beat?
He even stole the Tea of Kamala from me. He's nearly ruined everything we've worked for.
Tear of Kamala. Hold. Stop. Why is it not working? Why is my buttons are not working? I clicked
It's
off
only
the
a
game.
die, Merlin. It does nothing more than a die can do.
Okay, I clicked back in it. Damn. Wasn't working for a second. He's a rabble-rousing thief, self-destructive maniac, a snake in the grass. He stole the Tear of Kamala. Well, is that like the die? Probably not. I think the die has to be something else. Why would it be called a tear? The man angrily raises the once lost and now found die. Oh, he has the die now. So that might be the Tear of Kamala. It does nothing more than a die can do.
You were there today. You saw what he did. He managed to change the Panopticon with this die, even if only for a second.
Yeah, that did happen.
He'll ruin my work, Aleph. He's a slave to his passion. His head is filled with impulsive thoughts. I don't trust him. We can't trust him.
This is the die. There it is.
I've done everything you've asked. Now it's time to do your part.
Aleph responds with indifference to the physician's frustration, continuing his writing without pause.
Time's ticking down. I can't afford any further mistakes. No one can be permitted to stop my experiment in the Panopticon.
Interesting.
I'll prove it to them that we have found the path to the ultimate answer.
The answer? Persona 3 the answer? Interesting. That's his idea, to get all of these artists in this prison and maybe see what they can come up with. Like when they're all together, I don't know. It's weird. Truth is, no one can truly bend fate. It's weird. For me, it's like not explained well enough, like what do they mean by visceral realism, stuff like that. Maybe I'm just not focused enough. I don't know. Cottage with the roof was silent as always.
La investigadora de paracausalidad
It's again the paracausality researcher.
Examinó
This is
cuidadosamente
Recoletta's
los
story.
patrones ocultos. Como un astuto astrólogo rastrea los movimientos de las estrellas.
Right?
Lo que pueda parecer errores o accidentes no niega las verdades del destino. Por el contrario, afirma en su existencia. Solo pregúntale al gran Heráclito.
Heraclitus.
En un
It's a
universo
die.
no observado, el dado de Babilonia gira perpetuamente, dictando el destino de todos en un tiempo que es tanto
That's what it
infinitamente
means,
largo
fate, then.
como
The die
infinitamente
represents
corto.
fate. Doesn't actually do anything.
Cerró los
It's
ojos.
just a representation of
Respetaba
it.
la aleatoriedad de los números y el destino. Respetaba el juicio del dado. De lo
She
contrario,
respected the die's
se habría
judgment.
perdido sumisamente en los huecos del tiempo y bajaría para siempre como un fantasma en el olvido.
So it's something about fate, maybe? And we were talking about human nature before. The idealist, visceral realism. Olivia doesn't believe in that. The next day, the prisoners of Kumao gather. Octavia. Did I call her Olivia just now? Oops. Octavia steps into the podium with a stern expression. There she is.
First, allow me to make one thing clear. I had absolutely nothing to do with what happened to the Idealist yesterday. I swear it on my career as a writer.
Alright?
As you all know, the Idealist and I are the representatives of the two factions of La Sociedad de Poetas de las Américas. As you also know, we have been at peace since the Let Sleeping Dogs Lie agreement was
Let
signed a
sleeping
few months
dogs
ago.
lie.
Despite our differing views, we have coexisted to this day under the watchful gaze of the Central Tower. Rest assured that we will work tirelessly to locate the missing Idealist.
He's still
Don't put
gone,
so much
yeah.
pressure on yourself, Miss Octavia.
Don't know
His
where he
death
is.
Wasn't your fault. After all, he was the one who threw the first verbal dagger.
Murmurs cascading below reach the ears of the prisoners from another faction.
Show some respect, you morons. The Idealist is missing, not dead. I'm sure he'll show up in one piece before we know it.
Better face the hard truth now, Roberta. Though, I have to say, it won't be easy for you to find a new leader as mad as him.
A polite cough from the hostess pauses the heated debate.
Please, everyone, quiet down. According to the agreement, today's Congress should have been chaired by the Idealist. Since he is still missing, I will be acting on his...
Pardon my lateness.
Go.
Go ahead. I'm ready to moderate.
Unfamiliar footsteps break the regular pattern of events. The jailer leads her visitors to the entrance of the prison hall. Uh-oh.
Miss Firth, I looked over the incarceration and visitor records from the past 6 months. There was no mention of anyone named Doris.
Okay.
Then it seems only the physician knows the whereabouts of Dr. Dorez. Miss Jailer, we need to meet with the physician. It's important.
I guess that makes
Listen,
sense.
You really shouldn't take the inmates' ramblings too seriously.
Considering the identity of the person before her, the jailer softens her tone.
But if it's as critical as you say, I'll make another request later. That said, I'm afraid the meeting won't happen for at least a few days.
Damn. He's so
Understood.
busy, huh?
For now, please join us for today's Congress.
Espectacular!
Do you hold literary salons like this every day? This place is practically a writer's paradise.
No wonder she wanted to go to prison.
So, you're the host of the salon, Octavia? I say we set aside our differences and have a titillating literary discussion.
You've come at the right time. You may serve as witnesses for the Congress alongside the jailer, like a citizen's jury in a court.
Your suggestion aligns with the congressional rules. Very well.
Huh? Congress? Witnesses?
Yeah, these are some
Isn't this a
interesting
salon?
words.
Which topic are we discussing? Literary theories? Schools? Principles? Languages? Oh, narrative perspectives?
Oh yeah, narrative perspective for
None
sure.
of those.
Oops. Guess not. Dever lowers her head, giving her questioner a long and deep look.
This Congress is about the randomness of fate.
Oh,
Mr.
there we
Boletta.
go. That's why. That's what the die
Randomness of
represents.
Fate?
The randomness of fate. It's just like your story. Yeah, she's seeing how
Dear
it's related.
visitors from the Foundation, allow me to introduce the Kamala Congress. What happened yesterday was merely a brief anomaly. In the Panopticon, spontaneous order among the inmates is the norm, and the Kamala Congress serves
Spontaneous
as its
order.
reflection.
Spontaneous order?
Yeah, that's the thing I was
Yes.
looking in on.
Through the Congress, the inmates assign and distribute medication, communal duties, and rest periods. They are entirely self-regulated.
Oh sweet, it's an anarcho-communist commune. Let's fucking go. Her tone is filled with pride.
I hereby announce the commencement of the 7th Kamala Congress.
Alright. Oh, the box. So words for Octavia takes out a worn lottery box and a small trinket from her
A
hand.
cardboard box and... Is
And a
that
die?
a paper die? It has 20 sides.
Huh?
We carefully examine hidden patterns, much like an astute astrologer tracks the movements of the stars.
Isn't this...
Your book. From somewhere in the audience, the girl unconsciously mumbles a
isn't this
revelation.
just like the Die of Babylon? The MacGuffin that weaves through the entire plot? The infinite symbiote of fate? And the symbol that compresses time into a shriveled circle?
What
Maybe-
may seem
maybe
like
that's the
errors or
physician's
accidents
experiment,
doesn't
just
negate the verities
turning
of
her book
destiny.
into reality.
On the contrary, they affirm its very existence. Just ask the great Heraclito.
Oh god.
In an unobserved universe, the die spins in perpetuity.
Dictating the fate of all in time that is both infinitely long and infinitely short?
Look, I've closed my eyes. I respect the randomness of numbers and
Uh-oh.
I respect the die's judgment.
As the prisoners recite their announcement, the author's voice becomes more and more sluggish.
Otherwise, we will acquiesce and lose ourselves in the gaps of time and wander forever as ghosts in oblivion.
I don't understand what's going on.
Yeah, that's crazy. I respect the randomness of numbers and destiny. I respect the die's judgment. So I respect the fact that like fate can decide that, for example, something horrible is just gonna happen to me today, and that's what it is. Like it is what it is. Can't help it. Accidents and diseases can appear random, but it's the die's judgment. I accept it. Otherwise, we'll lose ourselves acquiescently in the gaps of time. We'll wander forever as ghosts in oblivion. Interesting. I'm trying to see what that belief could represent. It's kind of like just accepting the inevitability of some things that may happen to you. At the same time, you wonder, is that just giving up to fate? Because sometimes Sometimes you gotta fight back against fate. You have to not just give up to it. Respect the randomness. Sure, respect it, but don't just give in to it. It's like what I'm thinking right now in regards to where this might go. Because that's what she says. What did the idealist say? He said visceral reality. Isn't that the same? Is that what they mean by visceral reality? Because Recoleta wrote the book and she seems to be like a follower of this literary tradition of visceral reality. So wouldn't that be visceral reality? Just accepting reality as it is, as dictated by fate? I wonder. Maybe we can get more info, but it's like, it's really not providing as much information as I like it to. It's kind of similar. It's interesting because in like the island, they were like doing some weird mix of like Pythagorean philosophies and like Plato's theory of forms. They were doing like a weird mix of it. You could kind of see where the ideas were coming from. But the storm kind of destroyed that belief of theirs, and everyone on the island just gave up on their philosophy because the storm just reversed all of it. Like they thought numbers were absolute. Kind of like I mean, the theory of forms is like that there's like a perfect version, a perfect immaterial version of everything that exists. Like the obvious example is with the chairs. Like there's very different chairs that exist in reality. There are different types of chairs. They don't look the same, but if you look at like the immaterial world of forms, you can see like the ideal idea. The idea of a chair is what's the ultimate truth, where every single chair comes from that. If it didn't exist, then chairs wouldn't exist. It's because the idea of a chair exists that there can be chairs in the reality. It's a type of philosophy that puts the immaterial first, after the material, which makes sense. Ultimately, I probably kind of align with that sort of thinking because I do believe that like for the universe to exist, it's like underneath all of that, the laws that govern how the physical world functions and how things interact with each other on like a physical quantum molecular level, all of these rules have to first exist in order for reality to exist. So I am kind of leaning towards that sort of field of thinking where it's like, yeah, the immaterial exists first and like real life follows after that. It's like, even if the universe was empty, math would still exist and like 1 + 1 would still equal 2, even if nothing existed. That's kind of the idea. So that's why it was kind of interesting to look at the story arc with the island. That was so interesting. Those were like the best arcs in the game, I think. This one, I wonder where it's gonna go. It seems to be talking about fate and accepting reality. So it's like more to do not so much with the source of everything, but more to do with how people react to the randomness of fate. But also it seems to be like a fucked up experiment that Aleph is doing based on his interactions with Recoleta. I wonder if he intended for Recoleta to come here and see all of this, or like what the end goal even is. We gotta keep going, I guess. But yeah, that reminds me so much of like the stuff from back in the island. We're starting to get into the meat of like what is the philosophical dilemma here.
Oh, but the irony that I probably have more idea what's going on than anyone here. Miss Recoleta, this is all in your novel, isn't it?
Aleph is up
I'm
to his
afraid
bullshit,
so.
apparently.
The recitations, the references to an astrologer and Heraclito, they couldn't possibly be just a coincidence. Then, could it be? Will they look to the die to dictate their fate?
The girl's audible shock does not affect the proceedings on the stage. The Congress continues.
I shall perform the first roll. Its result will determine the subsequent roll order for this Congress.
Leaving the decisions to fate does seem kind of insane. Like just rolling a die. Hostess tosses the 20-sided die into the cardboard box and begins shaking it.
The result is 5. This check complies with the prerequisite conditions of the ruling of the die. and the standard roll order has been established.
Yeah, just let's roll initiative really quick. No, man. But the other thing is, yeah, it's numbers again. It's like the island was all about numbers, and they're doing like numbers here, kind of. But they're saying that they decide fate. Curious.
Inmate Jose, please come forth.
What the fuck does 5 mean?
You are the first in the initiative order. Therefore,
They did roll for
fate's
initiative.
judgment shall fall upon you before all else.
Wait, what?
Me? Oh, okay.
He does not seem too sure about this. Prisoner steps forward, taking the fragile box in his hand, starting it to roll the die of absurd fate inside. Die stops, and just like that, a simple number decides his fate.
17! It's 17! Ah, what a wonderful number! 17! Like an oasis in an endless desert.
The
We have to-
result is 17, and the score combination 6 plus 4 plus
Huh?
4 plus 3. According to the ruling of the die,
Wait, what?
he shall receive 60 risperidone tablets, 40 clozapine
That's how you
tablets,
decide who gets
and 40
what?
diazepam tablets. Additionally, he will assume the role of cultural
He
manager
did a good
of the
role in the
Comala
D&D
Congress.
campaign. Now he can live. If you
Before
roll a
he takes
1, you just
office,
get killed.
Inmate Jose must clean the first restroom for the next 7 days.
Oh.
Wonderful! I'll gladly clean the toilet. I've got the brooms here, the toilet detergent, oh, and the toilet brush too. I have been waiting for this opportunity. As cultural manager, I will speak with every inmate and complete the Comala memoir. Finally capturing.
They're just sort of giving in to fate, huh? I kind of called that.
Explode.
So weird to roll a die and decide based on that.
Next is inmate Eduardo. Please come forth.
The man in question is a nervous mess. His gaze flickers. Several fight for space on his forehead. His teeth clash.
But I can't remember the ruling of the die. I can't remember anything. Damn it. Sorry, Senora Octavia, but I don't think I can do this. I didn't get any medication in the last Congress.
Oh my god, did he roll a
I've had
1 last
multiple
time?
Episodes. It's like my brain's jammed or something.
So many of the inmates
It's
have
all right, inmate Eduardo.
really bad mental
It's
health
easy.
issues. They need
You
the
don't
medicine.
Need to know the rules to roll the die. Give me your hand.
They
I'll
need
help
the
you.
medicine, and you're telling me if they roll badly, they're just not gonna get it? He shakes the box. The only thing he can do.
My sincerest apologies,
Okay,
inmate
well-
Eduardo. The die dictates that you must voluntarily descend into
What?
the sewers and write the thematic keyword that currently causes you the most anxiety on the walls.
Horrible.
I thank you very much.
Horrible
Miss
system.
Octavia.
That is a horrible system. This does not work.
I think my head's about to split in half. I need a moment to rest before I head down there and fulfill my destiny.
Destiny sucks. Stretching his head, the prisoner leaves. His steps heavy, his hands empty, but his brow finally falling at ease.
Jailer, are you really letting them make every decision with the roll of a die? Eduardo is clearly in a much more dire condition than Jose. The medication should have been given to him.
Yeah.
As I said, this is how the inmates of the Panopticon maintain order. The physician periodically provides medication, food, and other necessities, and the inmates distribute them in this spontaneous and efficient manner.
Efficient.
Neither authority nor violence is involved in this process. This is what sets Comala apart from all other custodial facilities.
You think this is not violent?
Is that
When
it?
you're not giving
You
medicine
abdicate
to a
all
person that
agency
needs
to
it?
the
You
roll
think
of a
that's not
paper die
violent?
and call it the randomness of fate? What kind of sick joke is this?
Please calm down, Recoleta. This is the method that the inmates have collectively decided to recognize. They're prepared to face the possible sacrifices that it brings.
Okay.
This isn't about you or me. It's not our place to interfere with a procedure that has been proven both pragmatic and effective.
I don't know. Sounds like they made a horrible choice.
The inmates in maintaining order through the methods that they have established. And yours is to witness their self-governance, not judge it.
I'm gonna judge a little bit. The jailer takes a deep breath. Her words clearly meant to convince herself as much as anyone listening.
If everything somehow unfolds as it does in my novel, then every role was already predetermined.
I mean, that's what they believe anyway.
Do you remember the story I told you last night?
The music is going
The odds
ham.
about success and failure were consecutively multiplied. I remember. As soon as a character experiences a failure, they continue to suffer failures in an endless chain reaction. None of
The bad
Bible
luck
future
just keeps on
battles
coming,
will
huh?
ever result in a number higher than 10. At this rate, this system, this sociedad, ruled by the dice of Babylon, is bound to collapse.
You're saying as soon as a character experiences a failure, they continue to suffer failures. So you're saying that people who have it bad are just gonna keep having it worse, and the people who have it good are just gonna continue having it good? That already kind of sounds like the system we have in place in the real world. That's just capitalism reinvented. She looks around, realizing that her words, weighty as they seem to her, have garnered no attention.
Eduardo will never receive any medication.
Oh my god.
The moment he writes the keyword on the wall could very well be the moment he spells out his own death. No, I can't let this happen. I have to do something.
Recoleta rushes to the stage.
Wait, Miss Recoleta, what are you doing?
She's not gonna just watch. Okay, that got a lot more interesting suddenly. There was setting up a lot so far, but like now they're actually doing something interesting with the setup. Like everything so far has just been like introducing the prison to us. Now we're actually getting into the meat of like what does this place represent and what is the story here. And it's like this weird system that they've set up where they let themselves just suffer fate's consequences constantly. The transformation of quantity into quality is a great serialization of the method of exhaustion. What? December 1st. Number 704 to 733. Each person is uniformly allocated one dose of chlorpromazine and one dose of thalidomide. Okay, these are like rations. Person uniformly allocated 6 doses and 11 doses of Vernal.
Few soldiers would appreciate the idea of taking orders from an accursed die.
Gamble of fate.
A skilled commander would never rely on luck to make decisions.
Yeah.
On the battlefield, the distance for every maneuver should be clear and precise. Not two numbers with a D in the middle. Unless you're looking to invite a mutiny. That said, if a die with such power were placed in a soldier's hand, I'm pretty sure they'd roll it and let it decide their destiny.
Luck won't always be on your side.
Exactly. There's no good luck without bad luck. Just as a coin must have two sides. Luck essentially defines one's entire life. And whether it's make or break, life or death, the die will keep on rolling. Of course, dice aren't the only tools used to play with fate. Coins, lotteries, even shells on the beach can all serve the same purpose. Thanks to the randomness of fate, a Babylonian may rise to be a proconsul one day and fall into slavery the next.
Some tragedies could have been avoided.
Well, that's where historians come in. With a little creative editing of the history books, even the random rolls of a die can suddenly make sense.
Yeah.
What were once avoidable tragedies are rebranded as reasonable incidents, or even desirable outcomes.
At least the roll of the die is impartial.
You're starting to sound like a gambler. But even gamblers, after hitting a hot streak or a losing spell, start to convince themselves that they've figured out the grand pattern behind games of chance.
Yeah, that's just magical thinking. It's like there is no pattern in randomness.
It isn't just gamblers either. Witches tried to influence fate through rituals and charms. Ancient mathematicians calculated probabilities on paper. Some even wrote books on game theory. Meanwhile, others suspected there were cheaters among them.
There's definitely cheaters.
I just hope these high rollers unite to confront the demon who holds the laws of the universe. The past, present, and future in its claws, and give it a well done and a slap in the face.
You're talking in circles today.
Haven't I always? It's just that today, the die rolled a peculiar number. But all things considered, I prefer the other kind of commander. The die is cast. But regardless of what number has been rolled, it's time to cross the river.
Soothsayer World Maker. What was this a reference to? What was a soothsayer? I forget what that means. Well, we finally have like a fight one we haven't had today. On the stage, Octavia remains the picture of serenity as she orchestrates the Congress.
Miss Recoleta, as a witness to the Congress, you have the right to express your doubts calmly.
Listen, you...
She recalls the complaints of her two former companions, the jailer's dismissal, and the confused expressions of every editor she has ever faced. If she were to lay out every detail of her novel here and now, she would only get the same response.
No, it's nothing. It's just that I'd like to participate in the dice rolling ceremony. May I?
Of course. The very fact that you're standing here in the Panopticon proves that you share a common fate with it.
Recoleta surveys the prisoners waiting to cast their die. Their expressions of serene and troubled calmly awaiting their fate. Joys and misfortunes of those before them do not affect the long winding queue in the slightest. She takes a deep breath.
It doesn't matter when I roll the die, since the rolls are simply a reflection of the randomness of fate, right?
Precisely.
Then I'd like to perform my role after the 27th inmate. Is that all right?
As you wish, Miss Recoleta.
Okay, who are we fighting? I don't know who we're fighting. Hold on. Why'd you replace my knight?
Someone's sword hath not rusted yet.
I need my knight here to destroy everyone. We're fighting the Russians. Very metaphysical. Oh, the die. Oh my god.
The judgment day hath come. Bravo, merci.
The die is the gameplay function.
The sword is drawn. Never
Deal 1 damage to a random enemy triggers 4 times.
El fundamento del mundo.
His trumpets sound.
Okay. Hey, just take care of him, knight. Come on.
Más allá del concepto mundano del
Fight
tiempo.
for the unarmed.
Necesario counterattack. Nuestro adversario es el tiempo.
Gotta hit him with the AoEs, because otherwise it's not gonna work out well for me.
Los momentos.
Come on, Marsha.
Idealismo, vuelos de fantasía, patrones ocultos.
Nothing happens.
His trumpets sound. Judgment day hath come.
What was her ult? It was this. Looks like Zhongli Zhongli's attack a little bit from Genshin Impact. Interestingly enough.
The investiture can be simplified.
Do we need cogs? Not really. This thing I've used up. I'm struggling so hard to level up everyone like it's crazy, but I'm kind of getting there at this point.
It seems fate favors you, Miss Recoleta.
What happened? Did I get all the
Here
shit?
are your supplies.
Okay, now...
Please be sure to follow the distribution rules of the Congress. This is an essential structure of Komala, and a belief shared by all its inmates.
You can give the medicine to the one that needs it
Just as I
right now, huh?
These supplies belong to me now, Octavia. I'm free to use them however I please.
Recoleta strides towards Eduardo, who has curled up in a distant corner, touching his head as his body trembles.
Here, Eduardo. Take them.
But I haven't fulfilled my destiny yet. These precious tablets and capsules, I can't accept them. They are gifts from fate. The die has placed them in your palm.
But I don't need them. You do.
Thank you, kind señorita.
Prisoner's semblance stops. He blankly pinches his arm as if trying to distinguish reality from dream. Then at once he snatches the medication from her hands and shoves it into his mouth.
Eduardo, what's wrong? Are you taking the medicine right now?
I don't think you should take like a lot of them.
There's plenty of it. You can have it all.
Por Dios, Eduardo! How could you squander fate's gifts like this? Kind señorita, please, give me the medication. I need it more than anyone else.
No, I'm the one who needs the most. Give me the medication. I beg of you.
Okay, this is gonna disrupt the existing structure a little bit.
These amulets, I might finally be able to get a peaceful night's sleep. No more trembling floors and wailing ghosts.
Prisoners shove and struggle, countless hands reaching towards the hapless rector, trying to snatch the small round pills of salvation.
Enough!
Oof.
Enough!
A blue glow spreads through the room, forcing the prisoners to clutch their heads and fall to their knees. Uh-oh.
You shouldn't have done that, Miss Recoleta. Your ignorant generosity could shatter the very basis of our survival.
She steps towards Eduardo, now writhing in pain, and picks up a few stray capsules carried at his feet. Pills dissolve into a stream of voided sand, vanishing as it pours through her fingers.
We have never had such chaos at the Congress. Understand this. We rely only on the randomness of fate to distribute supplies and assign responsibilities. If you disrupt the status quo,
horrible system.
The entire system of the Panopticon will collapse beyond repair.
I guess if you try to introduce change too suddenly, it might all collapse, which also makes sense.
To the rules of the Die of Babylon, that we have kept this place functioning all this time.
The Die of Babylon? Tell me, how did you know this name? Are you the one orchestrating this whole thing?
Recoleta, equally confused and furious, grabs the hostess' collar.
¿Podría ser? ¿Eres Aleph? ¿Tal como sospechaba Verdun?
Let go of me, Miss Recoleta. Have you gone mad? The roll of the die is absolutely random. I'm not orchestrating anything. Before the Congress began, I made an oath. I intend to keep it.
Please, calm down, Miss Recoleta. I think she's telling the truth.
Let's go of her grip as the reality of their situation dawns on her.
Sorry, Octavia, but please, you have to tell me how you learned about the Die of Babylon.
I must know. Only my pen pal and I should have any knowledge about this die.
The physician / Aleph.
I heard about it from the physician. He described it as a symbol of collective consciousness that we could harness to maintain immaculate order in the Panopticon.
Collective consciousness.
The
The
Comala
depths of
Congress was
myth.
coined, iterated, and perfected by the physician based on this concept.
It's him. It's him. It's
The
him.
physician again. Everything eventually leads back to him. Just as we suspected.
I mean, we know he's Aleph. He's like a Dr. Jekyll,
see.
Mr. Hyde type thing. Recoleta casts her eyes over to the silent Jaguar, who has remained wordless from the beginning to end, watching it all unfold.
Jailer, we have to meet with the physician in person. Now.
I don't think he wants to see us now,
As
but...
I've told you many times, Dr. Merlin is too busy at the moment.
Merlin, I forgot.
I couldn't possibly trouble him over a novel and a pen pal. They are just fantasies.
Yeah, but it
Couldn't you make an exception?
has an impact on what's happening
What if they're
here.
not just fantasies? What if they're tied to the very survival of this place? Miss Recoleta said the Panopticon could collapse because of the Die of Babylon.
Are you seriously telling me you believe that nonsense?
It wasn't nonsense, nor are they fantasies. You saw with your own eyes how I won the die roll.
It was just a coincidence.
The jailer's words are at odds with the subtle motions of her eyes and face. Foundation's investigators seize on a prime opportunity to apply pressure.
What if we present you with stronger evidence to prove it's more than just a coincidence? If everything in the Panopticon proceeds according to Miss Recoleta's novel as she says, she should be able to predict what happens next,
Okay.
including the roll results of the absolutely random die.
That's right. The Die of Babylon isn't random at all. It's nothing but a supercilious fraud veiled under the guise of fate, and an actor of the inescapable loop of history. And not one of you is paying attention to me whatsoever. Ugh, to hell with this era of ignoring unknown writers.
Everyone ignores her when she
Inspector
tries
Mata,
to explain her book.
Please make your prediction for the next inmate's die roll. This way, you can prove to Miss Jailer the irrefutable connection between Kamala and your novel, The Rise and Fall of Sanity.
I finally remembered its name. Oh, what sweet balm to my spirit.
Miss Octavia, please continue the Congress and let the next inmate perform their role. Then Miss Recoleta's statement will be proven true.
The hostess of the Congress remains non-committal.
I appreciate the reminder. No matter the interruption, the Comala Congress must go on. Though not for Miss Recoleta's sake, of course. Next inmate, please.
Oh boy. The next prisoner steps forward to roll.
Hello, inmate Garcia. You know what
Oh,
to
it's
do.
Garcia.
Of course.
It's the same
La
VA
sexta cara.
as Muriel.
Un pilar roto. El flujo de la fortuna y la calamidad.
Sixth face.
So the result of the next roll will be a 6.
Ooh-hoo-hoo. Her prophetic precision plunges the Hall of New Encounters into breathless silence.
As fate reveals, the number is 6.
Recoleta revealed that before fate,
Just as
actually.
Miss Recoleta predicted.
That could still be a coincidence. Do it again.
Did you write out all of
La
the
13ª
roles in your novel?
Una cadencia
The
desconcertante,
13th phase.
sin un verdadero principio ni fin. La cuarta cara.
The fourth
Un
phase.
hombre que se ahogaba usó el último de sus fuerzas para nadar a la seguridad, solo para descubrir que había confundido un espejo con la superficie del agua. La 17ª cara cojeaba hacia el distante oasis, solo para que la débil humedad y la inquietante quietud revelaran cruelmente que era un espejismo. La sexta cara, otro pilar roto con grietas idénticas a la última, confirmó la hipótesis de la investigadora de paracausalidad.
Place used to be a
Este lugar
circular
solía ser
building.
un edificio circular. Is that enough? I've almost finished the entire chapter.
It's not possible.
Keeps happening. She keeps getting them. One coincidence after another begins to stir into an uproar. It's rigged. The coincidences appear endless.
Who are you?
The writer of the novel.
I'm sorry if this comes as a shock to you, but I did warn you, Octavia. Now it's proven. The Die of Babylon is anything but the so-called randomness of fate.
Have you been sent here by some god? Are you a hobby prophet? Have you brought this knowledge to save us? Or to shatter our beliefs? Our world?
Question destined never to need an answer. She lets her eyes fall into the cardboard box onto the 20-sided die. The ridiculousness of its nature becomes starkly visible.
What is this thing in my hand? What are we? What is this prison?
A giant experiment. You're just lab
I don't know if
rats.
it's some kind of sorcery or arcane skill, but it's unfathomable. I'll take you to the physician. Not because of your earlier request, but because the situation has escalated beyond my means.
Because you're so good
The
at guessing the
overseer
fucking die.
will decide how to handle your situation.
You gotta go meet him.
To be honest, Miss Recolata, I wasn't sure you'd be able to correctly predict everything.
Timekeeper, are you saying that you risked everything on a hunch?
I mean,
It worked, didn't it?
Come with me. Dr. Merlin's office is in the central tower.
for her part, the now vindicated writer falls at the end of the line, letting her mind race like a bullet train.
En la sexta versión de mi novela, todos en el pueblo mueren a causa del dado de Babilonia.
Uh-oh.
Porque solo la muerte puede cerrar el ciclo
Everyone
de
in
la
the town
historia.
dies. Well, let's not
Y
kill all the
carcelero,
prisoners.
eres el empleado del banco, ¿verdad? Entonces, al final, también sufrirás un colapso como el empleado del banco, cuando se da cuenta de que él y el pescador de dunas son la misma persona.
When he realized that he and the June Piscator are the same person. Could that be like Aleph and the physician?
If all of this is
Actually.
tied to the rise and fall of sanity, then, as its creator,
Are you responsible for all of this happening?
I will get to the bottom of this.
I wonder. But no, Aleph is the one doing all of this. And it's so weird. What is the end goal? What is the plan here? Hold on. Get me this. There we go. I have a bunch prepared for
It's raining.
for Enigma.
Quiet,
10K.
soft rain. No gunshots, no.
Who is here? I don't need you. I have 10 of these and like 10k of this. And I always forget how much one of these is. It's like, if I do a 10 pull with this. How much was one of these for this? I forget. How many? I don't know how many pulls I have here. Probably like only a very small amount. Honestly. Oh wait, there it is. 180. I can see it here. 180 is 1, which means that a 10 pull is 1800. Okay, it's not that bad actually. 1800. This is like 5 or 6. I have one here. 5 or 6. So with another 10 pull here, it's like 6 or 7. Oh my god. I have about 6-7 10 pulls, which is something, you know.
Hey.
It's fine. Let me check my wilderness thing. It's like a new day, I think. Hold on, click on this.
I'm fine with it.
Is it a new day? Why didn't I get like a...
It's raining.
Oh, there it is.
Quiet, so
Give me that. I have 33 days left of this. I bought like two months worth of like calendar rewards accidentally. at once. It was crazy. Hey, it's Duncan. A lifestyle German Shepherd though made of pure gold. What? Thought it be? That's too much. Pick up banner playing the Rainbow Clef Barcelona. Yeah, I mean... $3.6 Enigma, let's fucking go. Can't wait. Hold on. This shows up to the 2nd of July. When does it come out? I'm curious. I have like 23 hours left. I guess maybe tomorrow. Looking at this, it's another 1 day and 23 hours. I don't know. Like, could I finish? Well, these are already done. These are kind of gone. This is ended. This is ended. I wonder if I can finish this chapter at least before Enigma comes out. Probably not, but I don't know. Like, if I go live tomorrow, can I finish it then? I need to double check when the like maintenance is gonna be and decide based on that. So basically tomorrow when I get up in the morning, I can try and check. So tomorrow I can either stream this or just sit down and record more Thaumaturge, because like a video came up on the main channel playing Thaumaturge Part 1. Need to record Part 2. I did also record some more Persona 4 on Sunday, so it's like I've been kind of productive lately. I've uploaded something on the YouTube channel every week basically. Well, let's see what happened to Doris again. I feel like we're not getting any answers for Doris. I think this is like a distraction. I think this is our prelude. I think the Antarctica one is actually the next main story, chapter 10. Like, this one is just gonna be about the prison, which is pretty damn interesting, so it's fine, I guess. After that, I attended several more literary salons and wrote things I had never dared write before. Miss Octavia, however, never made an appearance. I didn't see her for quite some time. That was until I followed some prisoners to a large hall and heard her voice among a group of unfamiliar inmates. She noticed me and greeted me warmly. Told me she had been working on some new initiatives. Told me of her hopes to gather more support, to improve conditions in the prison, and initiate a spiritual shift towards surrealism and resistance. I truly believed back then that everything was heading in the right direction. Well... Thorough Eyes, the host of the assembly, the idealist, steps up on the podium. By the randomness of fate, we have gathered here to participate in the Komawa Congress. You're still doing this, huh? For the eyes of destiny, historians and astrologers alike now declare a new rule amendment. A duel before a crowd of eager eyes. The winner awarded 10 pounds of gold. The loser left with 10 flies to descend upon him. That's from the novel again. Before the Komawa Congress converges, we shall assign 2 members of La Sociedad this noble mission, a duel decreed by fate. You guys were just like giving the... You were giving the fucking novel and told to reenact it? What the fuck is Aleph doing? Like, holy shit. So I needed to pause for a second. Doris hears the faint click of a small object rattling inside a box. Jose, Julio, step forward and draw the sharpest blade of your literary thought. Oh, if it's gonna be just a battle of the wits, then it's much better. I thought they were gonna shoot each other. According to the rules, I will preside over this duel with fairness and impartiality. Now prepare yourselves. Okay. The absurd fictional metaphysical duel ends within a fraction of a second. Victorian prisoner receives 10 shiny golden pills. Oh, the loser collapses to the floor. Oh shit. It might be violent still. Crowd erupts into chaos, Octavia's cries rising above the noise.
What's going on?
Mr. Julio, he's having another seizure.
Miss Erd, please, Julio needs your help.
Oh boy. Octavia, you know this is all part of the randomness of fate. Randomness of fate? She doesn't argue back as she usually would. Instead, she stands frozen in place as if stunned. What is the matter, Miss Octavia? This is an emergency. I require your assistance. Answer me, Octavia. Why are you trying to change Julio's fate? Because no one should die like this.
I don't want him to die. Please, Miss Octavia, help me so I can help him.
Her voice cracks, leaving only the sound of her stifled sobs linger in the air. What's wrong, Miss Octavia? How's his condition now? Miss Octavia? She remains silent. After a long pause, she casts the heavy stone into the bottomless water. Miss Erd.
Mr. Julio is gone. He left us the moment the duel was over.
God damn it. How could that be? Seizures can potentially lead to irreversible brain damage, but how could it happen so fast? A precious life gone so quickly, swept away by something so senseless, lost in a nonsensical duel. Just because it was written on a piece of paper. What exactly is the so-called Congress? Some kind of punitive system unique to Kamau prison? But how can someone's life be decided by something so absurd? Are we simply meant to surrender to a fate so twisted, no matter how absurd it is? Is it so irrefutable? This isn't the fate I seek. It's a distortion of it. It's my fault for not finding a better way. I used to think Mr. Julio didn't care about anything but his own novels. Never imagined my ideals would mean anything to him. But he was the first person in La Sociedad to support me. But that really was an irreversible fate, a fate granted to Mr. Julio by the Die of Babylon. Die of Babylon? Her question is left unanswered. The host of the salon goes on. Julio has stepped off the endless staircase and reached the silent water. He has become as calm water dissolved into his own pond. Let's offer our blessings, our silence, our farewell to this martyr of fate. And let us imagine that Julio's literary career was a happy one. Yeah, just killed a man, sure. The hall remains deathly silent. No applause, no response.
A life is taken, and that's all you have to say?
You really don't care whether we live or die, do you, idealist? Interesting how you would become the same in, like, present day. It's like, this is like a flashback, but, like, in present day, you're also like, yeah, just let this man not have any medicine. And all of you, don't you have anything to say? Why are you all just standing there? If we hadn't kept rejecting the physician's treatment, maybe Mr. Julio wouldn't have... Rejecting? How ridiculous! I have no clue what that demon in human skin is capable of. How he reaches into your mind and molds it like clay, reshaping it until it becomes your prison. In the realm of fiction, fate, and reality, dissolution of the ego is inevitable and irreversible. Therefore, we must not resist the ending dealt to us by the Die of Babylon. Oh my god. It's just a different form of giving up. It's like, I get that there's very little options in this situation, especially that we know that the supplies are dwindling as well. It's like very little to do and some people will die and get hurt, but it's like, you can still choose to try, you know, instead of leaving it up to fate. Oh my god. Do you even know what you're talking about? Never truly understood you, idealist. It's like a way of shifting responsibility, ultimately, you know? When people say like, oh, it's just the hand that you were dealt or whatever, it's just trying to shift responsibility and avoid trying to fix something that is entirely avoidable. That is the thing. A lot of these stuff, there's something that you can do about it. And trying to say, oh, it's just decided by fate, is just trying to say that there's nothing you can do about it. A form of giving up, but also refusing to take responsibility. Or to try and help. If it's something bad happens to someone else, if you say it's just because fate decided, then you don't actually have to do anything to help. You know. I'll find a better way. I must rewrite this tragic tale. If you disagree, then leave, La Sociedad. I'll not have our great poem disrupted by an offbeat syllable. Besides, your tedious talk of social responsibility should have been purged long ago. Modern Latin America belongs to visceral realism. You're too ignorant to even attempt to seek it out. Yeah, why is she so on board with it then? Because like I was thinking, like, is this visceral realism then? It's just given up to fate? Like she seemed to also be on board with it when she was doing the whole Congress thing herself. But I thought she didn't like visceral realism, but then she's the one in charge of it. This part is kind of confusing to me. Your tedious talk of social responsibility. I mean, I think you should have some responsibility to others, probably. Modern Latin America belongs to visceral realism. So, visceral realism, it sounds like just saying, yeah, life sucks and you can't do anything about it, so give in. That's kind of what it sounds like at the moment.
What a ridiculous, laughable man you are.
Yes, I see it clearly now. Your tyranny that has driven everyone to ruin. Well, let me tell you something, I'm not leaving. I'll establish a new literary movement right here in Comau, right here in La Sociedad de Poetas de las Americas. And we will use our literature to rescue the inmates who suffer all around us. You didn't rescue shit.
I've had enough of your condescending stone-hearted ego and your pompous sophistry. He'll only bring misfortune upon us with his constant rambling about that visceral realism.
Or is the die different then? I don't know. He didn't use a die just now. He just recited it from the book. Maybe that's the thing. Maybe... Ooh... Hold on, lower the volume a little bit. Maybe that's kind of what Aleph is doing. It's like maybe there's like two separate philosophies that are contained within the book. He's putting these two philosophies against each other, and like Aleph is visceral realism, and Octavia is like the Die of Babylon, randomness of fate type of thing. Maybe it's like those two ideologies against each other. Maybe that's the experiment. It's entirely about the fight between those two, maybe? I'm still confused if the die is visceral realism because he had it. The idealist had the die on him. And then, like, he was shot and then they took back the die. And then the idealist was gone. It's like, I'm a bit clear on what Olivia actually believes in then. And if the die is stuff that she believes it, or if visceral realism is something else. I don't remember if they ever explained visceral realism. That's the problem, because I don't think they did. Maybe I forgot. I'm confused.
Only the physician, the true overseer of this prison, can save us from this situation. Please join our society, Miss Torres.
Help us build a renewed Sociedad de Poetas together. I've already spoken with the jailer. As long as we follow the rules and help them manage Comau, we'll be free to discuss literature.
Forgive me, Miss Octavia. While I truly appreciate your kind offer, I'm afraid my conversation with the physician must remain private.
Okay.
Why?
Please answer me this question first. From what you've seen, you'd say this prison is circular in shape, yes?
Yes.
Yes, it is. And tell me, at the center of the structure, is there a watchtower? What? Impossible, you guessed it exactly. And our destination is somewhere inside that watchtower. How would you know?
I've had such a lovely time here. So much so that I almost forgot what I came for.
Okay. Which is precisely why I must put an end to this cruel farce masquerading as fate. We intend to rebel against the Watchtower's gaze? It's like the idealists? You must understand me, Miss Octavia.
That inescapable gaze, and the permanent theme of fate.
Get closer to the truth I seek, I have no choice but to meet the administrator that young lady spoke of. It's like the Watchtower representative of fate here, like watching everything.
The people here with your own
I mean, it's more so
hands,
the physician.
in your own way. And so have I. There are things I must face alone.
Though she is well used to death, the pain of Julio's passing still lingers in her heart, causing her to say these words that don't quite feel like herself.
I see. Lend me your palm. I'll draw you the way to his office. Good luck to you. And to all of us.
Farewell, Miss Octavia. I truly hope all goes well for you in the days ahead.
Okay. As Octavia retreats, slowly fading into the distance, she quietly adds,
And in your journey, finding answers about fate, too.
Okay. Got an achievement? What did I unlock? Is it something here? I still need to do this thing I haven't done. Hold on. Where were we? There we go. It told me I unlocked something, but I have no idea what it is. Well, I unlocked this at least. It's like the next chapter. What disrupted this era? What unraveled time? The shadow lurking in the ruins answered. Madness. I mean, it is the madness ultimately behind all of this, but like, there is something else always as well. An otherwise tidy room is covered in fine scratches and small unidentifiable stains. The smell of disinfectant lingers in the air, mixed with mildew.
Wait here a moment.
Okay, let's see.
I'll
Are we gonna
report the
learn
situation
anything?
in your request to Dr. Merlin.
Why the fuck is he named
However,
Merlin?
since he's always busy, I can't guarantee he'll agree to
He's just
meet,
writing stuff.
but I'll do my best to persuade him.
The Jaguar's figure slinks out through the inner door.
Now's our chance, Sinetto.
Our chance?
We can snoop.
What do you mean, Timekeeper?
Snoop around.
It's unlikely that the jailer will let us search the central tower, even in this situation. We should take the initiative and look for clues while she's away.
I see, Timekeeper. I will do my best.
Be sneaky, come on. Sinetto swiftly conducts a thoroughly unauthorized search.
Thank you for your assistance, Miss Recoleta. Without your precise predictions, we wouldn't be standing here now. I haven't yet grasped the connection between the die, your novel, and what's happening in this place. But by process of elimination, it's almost certain that your pen pal, Aleph, is right behind this door.
Yep, so it seems.
Sometimes I envy your decisiveness, Vertin. I'm sure many people have praised this special talent of yours.
Are you all right? You don't seem as excited as when we first entered Kamala.
Recoleta holds her gaze on the tightly shut door, uncertain whether she hopes it will open now or ever again.
The all-seeing sentinel of the Panopticon, veiled within the central tower. If it truly is Aleph, I don't know how to face such a terrifying and increasingly plausible reality.
Sorry to interrupt, but Timekeeper, I think you'll want
I
to
wonder
see
if
these.
Aleph wants to see Recoleta or not. Curious. Should know that she's here.
Sign Erd.
Erd?
This is a letter from Dr. Dorez.
Okay. The delicate signature matches the one in the manuscript folder.
Her handwriting, it's as beautiful as I'd imagined. Who is it addressed to? Dear Mr. Aleph. Aleph?
Oh.
Looks like Dorez and Aleph are acquaintances. Or at least, they've had some correspondence. Dear Mr. Aleph, my apologies if this reaches you at an inconvenient time. I am Dorez, pen name Erd, an ordinary inmate of the Panopticon of Kamala.
Okay.
I write seeking your guidance, if you wouldn't mind offering it to me.
I heard from the physician, Dr. Merlin,
that
you have the answer to every question. A statement which has been echoed by the Idealist and the other inmates. I have something I wish to ask you. What exactly is your role at the prison? Chief Warden? A secret backer? An observer who dominates the prison? Are you truly the supreme ruler of the Panopticon of Kamala?
They dare open the next letter, eager to read on.
Dear Erd,
Ooh.
I do indeed have answers for every question, including yours. I'm afraid every one of your speculations is off the mark. I am merely an inmate who chose to imprison himself here. And allow me to point out that your identity isn't as ordinary as you claim. Why is it that you, my fellow inmate and guest of Manus Vindictae, are so interested in Kamala?
Dr. Doris, a guest of Manus Vindictae.
Oh. A muffled shattering of glass interrupts the reading.
It came from inside the room. Do you think they're okay?
No.
The jailer and the physician. What happened?
The door defies any attempts at an answer, seeing all the events from view.
I'm not sure, but it could be bad. Come on, let's go in and see if they're all right.
What happened? Surgical theater. Oh my god. The locked door leads to another room, more decrepit and oppressive than the last. Cold operating table lies in the center, surrounded by scattered bottles and medical instruments.
It seems we've stumbled upon the physician's
Secret insane laboratory? I don't know.
I should have known. But is this an operating room? As if this prison wasn't bizarre enough already.
Why am I hearing the beeping? Inside the narrow operating room, the Jaguar reacts badly to the intrusion.
Didn't I tell you to wait outside?
We heard the
What do you
noise.
think you're doing barging in like this?
We heard the noise. We got curious.
We were just worried about your safety, jailer.
Enough. Get out of...
Quiet.
Oh. Hello?
The reptilian complex governs all our fundamental functions.
Okay.
Our
Started talking about
heartbeat,
reptilian complexes. It's fucking over.
fight or flight responses, and our territory and hierarchy awareness. Our primitive ancestors, like reptiles and birds, followed such instincts to survive. Through millions of years of evolution, we developed the limbic system. This process is
He's fucking monologuing like a villain already. Oh my
It
god.
allows us to feel fear, sadness, anger, joy. Our behaviors are given meaning.
Yeah.
Now it's the neocortex that makes up more than 2/3 of our total brain volume.
Yeah, we big brain.
Language, perception.
Basically,
logical
we
reasoning,
big brain. It's
abstract thought.
the takeaway from this.
This is what forms the complexity of human nature. We read, create, perceive. We try to understand both the world and ourselves. We are forever setting goals, one after another. And all this, these multitudes, happens within the confines of the
What are you
skull,
doing?
in the tight folds of the crowded cerebral
Why are you
cortex.
cutting up?
Is he performing surgery?
Who are you cutting up?
Such a delicate and elaborate organ.
It's a mad scientist.
Were it unable to forget, what would come of it?
Huh?
Can this space, no larger than the palm of my hand, truly accommodate dozens of people at once?
Wait, what do you mean dozens of people? I mean, I think you're 2 people, but like, what do you mean dozens? At last, the physician sets down his operating scissors and needle, signaling the end of the surgery. And at the same time, the old machine issues an alarm, signaling that his patient's vital signs are wavering. Uh-oh.
What's happened to the patient? It looks like he's dying.
Who is it? Anxiety rises as the question goes unanswered. Oh, okay. And he's dead.
¿Fracasó la cirugía?
Nonsense. The surgery was a tremendous success.
What?
I have erased his debilitating hysteria and restored order to the Panopticon.
No, you killed the man.
What are you trying to achieve by barging in here?
The man behind the operating table stares at the uninvited guests expectantly, but does not give them a chance to respond.
Forget it. The next operation requires my attention.
What?
Jailer, show them out. Bring me the next patient in 15 minutes.
What is happening?
I'm sorry, Miss Burton. I'm afraid you have to leave now.
Recluta steps forward, blocking their path. There's a hint of pleading in her voice.
Please, just let us speak with you. It'll only take a moment. I have something very important I need to ask.
The question is not given time to take shape.
Important. Nothing is of greater importance than my experiments in the Panopticon, outsiders. To ensure they continue, the stability of time and schedule is absolutely paramount.
Experiments in the Panopticon? So you really are the controller of the prison, then?
Controller? What an outdated notion. Superficial, really.
Okay.
The Panopticon has no need for such power, regardless of who occupies the central tower, or even if no one's there at all. Every inmate is both the observer and the observed, both wielders and subjects of power.
Wasn't that like the idea of the Panopticon? It's like the idea it's like a fucked up system where you set up the watchtower at the center with a view of all the prisoners. And it's like obviously the person that's in the watchtower cannot observe every single inmate. But because they're always in view of the watchtower, like the prisoners are like always in the mindset that they're being watched. It's like they feel like they're constantly being surveyed. They're constantly being watched even if they aren't. Which kind of, because no one is actually watching them all the time, it's like they're like watching themselves. That's the idea behind the Panopticon. It's like the illusion of being constantly watched makes you your own jailer in a way. Every inmate is both the observer and the observed. It's like, that's kind of the idea of why, that's kind of the idea of the design basically.
Achieving such a state requires no physical or violent measures. The structure of the Panopticon itself is the mechanism which sustains it. Komala is simply a manifestation of this model. Once I confirm its feasibility and adaptability, this model can be applied to any functional setting with only minor modifications.
Oh, you're seeing how it can be applied
So
elsewhere.
far, it has proven to be far superior to any current system of governance in our world. Transcendentally.
It's also an incredibly oppressive one. It's obviously. I mean, because it relies on the idea that someone is watching you, you're going to be punished for any misbehavior. But like the only thing that's different from like an actual surveillance state is that you're not actually being observed, which makes you the one who observes yourself. In reality, that's really not needed. It's like fucking, we're gonna oh my god. It's like I hear so much stories lately about all these cameras that are constantly being set up all the time. Your search history and all of your activity on all of your devices is constantly being tracked. It's like in this day and age, it's like the Panopticon is outdated. It's not needed because they can and will like watch all of your movements. There's cameras everywhere. All of your Google has all of your details on like all of the stuff that you do online. It's like the Panopticon is like not needed. Like the technology is there to constantly watch everyone, even if the Panopticon only exists in the sense that they're not actively doing anything with what information they have on you. In that sense, you know, you're kind of watching yourself. I guess maybe it's kind of true then. but like, no, it's still practically different because they do have all the information on you. So if you're online, then like the companies have your information. It's like that's kind of the reality of like modern technology. But like they haven't really started pushing it too much, but like I wonder how that's gonna keep developing as like technology expands. It's like they're trying to force even like everyone to ID themselves to even use the internet. In some cases they want you to ID yourself before you can even use a phone or a PC. It's like governments are pushing for that sort of thing, and they say the age verification is done just to protect like children from accessing like 18 plus sites, but like obviously that's bullshit. Obviously the idea is to force everyone's online activity to be tied super easily to like your actual physical identity by forcing you to ID yourself to even use the device. So it's like we're making the Panopticon in real life already, and it's like even more effective because it actually can survey you completely. The only thing is like in this new system of online surveillance, you're not being stopped like in the Panopticon. You're not being stopped from doing bad things because you're afraid that someone might be watching. You will be stopped from doing bad things because you know that like if you get noticed by the one who's surveilling everyone, that they can use everything that they have on file for you against you somehow. Like it is very crazy.
Curse it.
Oh my god.
Why am I wasting time explaining this to you? Time is running out.
Sorry, I paused to explain my perspective on it as well. I wasted even more of your time. The investigator keenly senses the key within his words.
Dr. Merlin, you keep mentioning time. What exactly do you mean by that?
It's the flow of time.
Really? You need to ask? Even those oily-headed lunatics know it. The end of this era is imminent, is it not?
Oh, is it? Maybe. I don't know. Indeed, the word that was so close to being spoken.
You know about the storm?
That's what you call it, is it? A storm that washes everything away?
Yeah?
You employees of the St. Pavlov Foundation should know better than I. Soon, this era and everything in it will cease to exist. I must prove the feasibility of the Panopticon model before this place is turned to ruins, or something even more unrecognizable.
The storm that washes everything away? Burton, what on earth are you two talking about?
Don't worry about it. The conversation extends beyond even the most imaginative creations of the aspiring writer.
No one can predict the era to which we will be reversed. I have seen the eras change time and time again. The transformation of this place, over and over. But no matter which era each of these 9 storms, as you call them, has taken us back to, Cordeismo continues to plague this land.
Cordeismo?
Dependency theorists, martyred revolutionists. I've seen them all. You, young writer, are no different from those intellectuals who were swept away in the rain. There is no romance in this era, only the repeated cycles of madness and brutality, an endless, meaningless struggle. Only in this forgotten corner can we momentarily escape the plundering of the marauders and the chaos they unleash. Although it won't be long before this place is looted by those oily-headed lunatics. Just as it has countless times before, on this land as rich as silver.
He mutters to himself.
But there is still hope. Even in a wasteland, we may still be saved. As long as I uncover the path to transcendentality, I will find the ultimate answer.
Transcendentality.
Ugh, I've already wasted far too much time on you. Leave, now.
The physician turns away, beginning preparations for the next surgery. organizing his worn-out instruments.
You heard him. Please don't press things any further.
All right, Senor, I get it. Obviously, you don't want to discuss my novel with me anymore, so I won't insist upon it. All the letters we wrote to one another, all those inspiring revisions and suggestions, I guess they meant nothing to you.
Her voice wavers. Rejections, closed doors, harsh critiques. This proves more devastating than all of them together.
But there's still something I must tell you. Jailer, could you please allow us a private conversation with the No. With Aleph.
Hearing this, the physician stops.
Leave us, Jailer. I'll spare these outsiders 5 minutes.
Oh. The Jaguar turns to leave, her face revealing an uncharacteristic sorrow as she lingers on the girls one last time. This time she offers no words. So what's gonna happen? We're gonna talk to Aleph? It's gotta be like a different personality, right? Because the physician is not Aleph. I got Master of the Labyrinth. In the corpse of the labyrinth's builder, he proclaims, "It is and has always been perfect." Only the steady beeping of a heart monitor keeps the eerie silence at bay.
Dr. Merlin, or should I say Aleph, I don't know why you're using my novel to manipulate the Panopticon. But you need to know that it won't serve your purpose, whether in fiction or reality. You claim that the inmates are both the observer and the observed, and both wielders and subjects of power. How could you be so blind as to not see the true state of the Panopticon? The inmates haven't achieved any perfect order. No, they've devolved into pitiful caricatures of themselves. Performers in some endless pantomime to be watched from the central tower.
Yeah.
Even their medication has become a prop to demonstrate the so-called randomness of fate in the theater that is the Panopticon. This farce hasn't made the Panopticon a better place. No, it has warped it into a twisted theater of cruelty, where the sick are denied treatment and left to quietly perish in the dark corners of its halls. And literature has died alongside them. This prison is a monster, born under the gaze of this all-seeing power. Aleph, is this truly the ultimate answer you've been searching for?
The physician suddenly seems startled, stepping back and accidentally knocking over his tools.
What?
What?
Are you suggesting that this is the answer I've reached?
It would seem so.
That my experiment has been a failure all along, and I've been too blind to see it?
Maybe.
No, impossible. Foucault's theory is flawless.
I need to read up on Foucault again. Having his life's work denied is something he cannot tolerate. The man searches the tabletop with feigned composure, but in doing so he intentionally sweeps all the surgical tools onto the floor.
I have removed every obstacle to the running of this prison.
Yeah?
It is pure, sacrosanct.
Are you sure?
I have constantly re-evaluated the system, adjusting my instructions to my subordinates to ensure the most efficient maintenance of the established order. And now, you stand here and tell me that everything I've done has been meaningless from the very beginning?
Yeah, and the place fucking sucks, that's it.
Has already been replaced by an alternative? No, outsiders. The perfect order of the Panopticon shall not be disrupted. I will not be swayed by your lies. This facility is superior to all of us. Nothing here escapes my notice.
At last, in a barely noticeable corner, he finds the 20-sided die wreathed in black mist.
That said, it isn't easy to work a miracle, as we all know. I shall personally verify it. All myself.
Okay, what? We're switching. What? Oh, his emotions dissolve. What? The narrow operating room shakes as if responding to him, emitting a distorted screech.
What's happening?
Damn, is it like a weird, twisted,
Visitors from
alternative
another
state?
era.
I don't know.
You have come here with plagued ideologies in an attempt to break the subtle balance of the Panopticon. But did you not notice the tiles beneath your feet? The cracks and water stains on the walls, constantly changing right before your eyes.
There was
This
something.
room, the previous room, every room. You have blindly wandered through them, seeing them as nothing more than the building blocks of a monotonous labyrinth.
What does it actually mean,
But
though?
this place was not born from the chaotic imaginings of a madman. No. Every inch has been crafted through the meticulous harnessing of order and power. Every wisp of spider silk drifting in the wind. Every speck of rust on the gallery rail. Every detail of the Panopticon has been built by my own hands.
What do you mean?
With this ever-shifting die, concepts may be transformed into reality, and ideals into substance. I observe the movement of every entity, the passage of every second. The moment you entered this realm, you too became subjects of my experiment.
Okay. What does that mean, though? That you hold ultimate control over everything here? Is that what you're saying? Oh, Lord. Well, what's gonna happen? Aleph?
His trumpets sound.
Aleph, get hit by the knight. Come on.
Judgment Day hath come.
Destroyed.
It's special, precise, perfect.
Sure, man.
It is far from perfect.
There's Aleph.
You know that as well as I. Why else would we be conducting this experiment?
I mean,
Each
true.
move on the board is an attempt to return to the future. Let this
Lemon.
victory propel us forward.
I mean, sure, if you know it was perfect, you wouldn't need to be experimenting any further. You would just declare it a success. But what does it mean? That everything can
This
shift?
happened when the Idealist was attacked too.
Everything can, like, shift and change its form? I don't
To
know.
think we've been trapped in a prison fabricated by a die all this time.
Is the prison the die itself?
Did the physician really build all this with such a small, simple object?
Or does it control the entire
The
prison?
distortion is getting worse. Prepare yourselves to fight or flee.
Didn't I just fight already? Situation begins to spiral out of control. Now everything in the room screeches and twists until they become a mess of meaningless black and white lines.
Please, Dr. Merlin, stop this.
No. You're asking for the impossible. Power model of the Panopticon is destined to permeate all of society. Such insignificant interferences could never plunge it into chaos. But it already has, Merlin. You failed. I have not failed, as long as I keep the prison running.
The physician fiddles with the die, muttering baffling and incoherent words to himself.
It isn't your power model running the prison.
That's Aleph.
It's the die. It's simply a form of magic, unrelated to the microphysics of power you seek. It provides no aid in your experimentation with power. It's a false hope. A castle in the sky given to you by the military junta and Manus Vindictae.
Manus Vindictae?
Of course the die is from
So
them.
we really are working with them. What exactly do you intend to do?
Yeah.
Then also failed. I've ended up a pathetic fool, lost in the chaos of reality. Just like the idealist chasing visceral realism, Paracelsus seeking the fountain of youth, and Zahir obsessing over the one-sided coin. When did it all start falling apart, Aleph? When the doorknob loosened? When the prisoner's wounds started to fester? Or when the daily disinfectant concentration reached 28 milligrams? Or the crack in the second gray brick on the wall expanded to 6 millimeters? Or was it when Warden Tartuffe left Ushuaia with news of the Foucault Association's dissolution? This place should have been the ideal ground for psychoanalytic practice. Why did they halt all research, all discussion?
Because it was a failure. It was a cruel experiment.
We've been abandoned, haven't we? By eras old and new. You designed and have maintained everything in Kamala, right down to the smallest detail. But it is these details that trap you. And as the bars close around you, you are losing your name, Merlin. And you're becoming a physician, a man forever imprisoned within these walls. I don't understand. All these false eras are like a dreadful novel with no conclusion. Trying to find answers within such things is, in itself, a mistake. Much like them, you are destined never to attain transcendentality. Tell me, Olive, does the ultimate answer even exist?
Oh. The die becomes too heavy for him to hold any longer. It drops to the floor. Whoa. Are we back to normal? Ah. The distortions and tremors of the prison finally subside, as if the pulse of a massive heart had stopped for an instant. And the swirling dust? Amid the swirling dust, the girls help each other stand, but fail to notice the truth revealing itself before them. Uh-oh.
Timekeeper, are you alright?
Yes. And you? And Miss Recoleta? Are you okay? Miss Recoleta?
Are we good? The smoke clears, but no one responds. The named girl simply stares in shock at the figure before her.
You're...
What's happening? What's happening?
The word utopia derives from Greek.
Oh
It
boy.
means no place. People cannot understand the structure of the labyrinth, yet they continue to follow its paths. They cannot comprehend the mechanics of fate, yet they believe in its jurisdiction. As if by doing so, everything will naturally fall into place. And now, polar night approaches.
There's Aleph.
How good it is to see you, pen pal.
There he is. He looks like more like an inmate now with all these belts around him. He looks pretty bad now. Oh my god. Well, good to see you, Aleph. Oh my lord. The mask in the mirror. There's something here. Foundation ever actually require employees to clock in? Have you ever heard of Foucault? Sonetto? Yes, he's a renowned French philosopher and social theorist. I read books about his theories as SPDM. I have so many books on philosophy here, like a bunch of them. I need to open up like my my history of philosophy book here and just take a look at what it says about Foucault. So if I have forgotten. So these are precisely the kinds of books they'd never confiscate. Sorry, I don't understand. Never mind that. Could you explain what you read in detail? Alright, Foucault argued that madness isn't a natural phenomenon, but rather a cultural construct. In early times, punishment was a public spectacle, a display of power for the rulers. Nowadays, things are different. After the Enlightenment, punishment became a form of public education. What? Intended primarily to deter crime. Okay. That's true. The phrase public execution has all but disappeared from everyday language. Discipline and punishment, but at logic, the SPDM aligns closely with Foucault's ideals. But Deleuze believed that another model of power had replaced disciplinary power. Power of administration, a highly efficient yet indifferent system of management. The system holds control over the environment, and under such circumstances, the individual's inner self ceases to matter. Timekeeper, is this discussion because of what the physician said? That's a lot to think about. Trying to see how this model reduces people to little more than animals. Right, Timekeeper. Crazy stuff. Is it from Foucault's theories that the Panopticon even was considered as an idea? I don't know. This is very oh, I can't go up and down. There you go. So I could only go left and right. Oh, hold on. Over here now I see a table with a bunch of dice on it. Huh? It's almost like it's like a D&D table, huh? These are quite big, yeah. The outer rims of the map is like a table. I mean, to be fair, this has always been like a little diorama with figures on it. They're like a little figures. But now, in the context of this, it's kind of interesting because you can see the dice on the side. Well, between two mirrors hangs a single object. One face, two faces cascaded into the infinite. The mask in the mirror. Part 14. What's happening now?
Where did the physician go? Wait. Sir? Are you?
No one notices when the unfamiliar prisoner appears. Seems calm and almost ordinary, like an unchanging mirror that has stood here all along. This room in this labyrinth, vast and seen by everyone. You don't see the resemblance? The answer she now sees blatantly makes her step back in a panic. In the end, she says the same out loud. She says the name out loud. Okay,
Aleph.
Starting to read even.
It's you. My pen pal. You are, in fact, Nkomana. All those letters, all the ideas we shared, they weren't just my imagination or some prank. Vertin, Soneto, it's all just as I told you.
Yeah, but what is he actually
they
like?
weren't meaningless. They're all real.
Yet, why does she feel no joy?
So, sir, are you Aleph, the ruler of this prison? Are you the one controlling the Panopticon with the die? The one hiding Miss Dorres's whereabouts?
What curious inquiries. Quite different from the last 2,666 questions I've received. My guests, you may call me Aleph, or by any other name, be it a symbol of God's oneness or a farcical epithet. I am merely one of the many prisoners who voluntarily reside here, a single letter in the alphabet of the Panopticon.
A letter? The way you speak is quite different from Dr. Merlin. Still, I wonder what your relationship is with him.
Occupying the same body? Without a dim lightning, the man looks drained of all energy.
But allow me to make a guess. You're Dr. Merlin, aren't you?
I'm afraid that's not entirely accurate. but you may think of it that way. Merlin is a figment born of my mind, an incomplete reenactment.
Okay.
He is me.
Are you the main
But
personality?
not entirely. He, or rather they, failed to find their answers. They fought against their predestined fates, only to be inevitably crushed under their weight. I simply stood by and watched it all unfold. That was the extent of our relationship.
They?
You've already met Merlin and the Idealist.
Oh.
Even witnessed their demise.
So the Idealist was
Shackled by the
also you.
delusions of verses, the Idealist lost his own name. Merlin, too, imprisoned himself within the system of
The Idealist
Panopticon.
was also a different personality then. Ooh, yeah, that makes sense. That makes a lot more sense.
I'm sure their desperate pursuits caused you some trouble.
That's why
Please
he had to
forgive them.
die.
After all,
Of course.
your fleeting encounters led to the demise of them both.
I think I understand now. The Idealist and the Physician are both parts of you. Or, to put it another way, they're your alter egos.
It seems the jailer's diagnosis that the whole prison is mad has been shown to be more accurate than anyone could have imagined.
The physician mentioned Manus Vindictae. What's the relationship between this prison and the Manus?
Visitors from the Foundation. We all witnessed those eras perish. In 1977, not long before the fourth storm, I arrived in Ushuaia. Shortly after, some members of the National Foucault Studies Association
Foucault
reached out
Studies
to me.
Association.
But it wasn't just them. An arcanist organization called Manus Vindictae also approached me. Each of them wanted answers. They named me their advisor.
You acted as an advisor to the Manus?
The two parties presented me with a concept and a parable, respectively.
A concept and a parable?
Concept and a parable.
The Foucault Association sought to explore the feasibility of the Panopticon concept here.
Of course.
While Manus Vindictae showed me a parable of the past and future. Day and night, I wandered through endless texts, endless realities, as I searched for answers. And thus, Merlin was born. He was both an experiment and a price
Merlin
I
is
paid.
interesting, like the wizard.
A new concept, a new direction. Pursuing such things always leaves me confined by the limitations of human knowledge. Merlin spent his entire life exploring Foucault's theories in pursuit of that singular yet infinite answer.
What about the Manus, Mr. Aleph? You didn't explain why you helped them.
Explain why. Because they asked me to, just as you have.
Okay.
I simply worked to answer their questions.
So you're saying that, to you, we are no different from Manus Vindictae? And if we ask, you'll answer us, without holding anything back?
So he just doesn't care.
Is that not precisely what is happening this very moment?
Okay. Aleph picks up the fallen die, flickers with a familiar comforting glow.
This is what the Manus gave Merlin. A magical die named the Tear of Kamala.
Okay, the Tear of Kamala.
It was once a gemstone that belonged to a god.
If you say so, I guess.
At the beginning of the century, explorers plucked it from an ancient gate they discovered in Antarctica.
Antarctica mentioned.
To the explorers' amazement,
I've been waiting to go
the
there.
gemstone
It's
could
still not
turn
happening
human
though.
Desires into reality.
It turns human desires into
So
reality.
They cut it into a die, a symbol of fate, and used it to build a sanatorium. Which was
Yeah,
later
that's what I do when I
transformed
find like
into the
a
Panopticon
wish-fulfilling
you are standing
thing.
in right now.
His words are direct, yet they still leave the outsiders perplexed. Yeah, that seems like the best usage of this item.
Aleph.
You really are the mastermind behind the Panopticon?
The silent girl grips her notebook, knuckles turn white from the pressure. The draft of an unpublished novel with words that only she knows, countless hours spent at her desk, the self-reflections, the meticulous questioning, revisions, and scrutiny of every word. That book holds the life of its writer.
You said Merlin used the Panopticon to seek his answer. What does that have to do with my novel? I don't get it, Aleph. Why would you use my novel to manipulate this place? Roberta, Garcia, Octavia, Pablo, the jailer, everyone. Not one of them deserved to be trapped in a deadly loop in which everyone's fate is already predestined.
So that's why the dice rolls could be manipulated like that, because it's like the die, this die, not the die that like Octavia was rolling. This die creates the reality of this prison in a way to reflect the owner's desires, which apparently in this case is to follow the novel. So that's why he would control like even the dice rolls, which kind of shows you how fate can be bullshit sometimes. So people try and make excuses, but it's like it's a power system underlying all of our lives. It's like you say it's decided by fate, but a lot of the times it's not decided by fate, it's decided by those in power. Those who have the power can make life worse for other people and make life better for themselves. That's why it's the impact of fate is limited. Have to consider what are the people in power doing and how are they affecting your life. Because he has the power in this case and he's just made life worse for others.
They're just like the ghosts in Amalfitano.
The OST becomes so loud sometimes.
Tell me, what is it you really want?
Hearing this, the lonely prisoner fidgets with the die, looking puzzled.
It's not about what I want. It's about what you want.
Is that it?
The third line of your first letter.
What?
You said you wanted to give the rise and fall of sanity an ending.
Wait, is he just following other people? Does he not have his own desires? So he just follows other people's desires? That's why he agreed to Manus, that's why he agreed to the Foucault Association, and that's why he's fucking realizing her novel? It's just if I make the events of the novel real, we can see what the ending realistically would be. Is that what he's doing? He just literally does not have his own desires and he's just following others. Very, very ironic that someone like him would end up with a die that fulfills your desires. Like, that is kind of crazy. That is insane. It's such an ironic twist of fate. Now we're somewhere completely different. I guess we're doing like a flashback thing. I don't wanna see how many chapters exactly this has though. I might be spoiling myself a little bit, but I do prefer to just know so I could plan out everything. Let me Google chapter 9 reverse 1999 main story. The journey back. And I'm just gonna scroll down. It's like 20. Damn. Okay, so it's like I'm at 15 now, Aleph, and it's like it's 20 is the other one. Okay. Can I rush through it? I don't think I can. The thing is, I should do it like 3 parts. So I kind of didn't do it correctly. Didn't distribute my time correctly because I did 8 the first time. Like I did it up to 8. I think we did this one, yeah. 8 was done and we started with 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. and 14, which was 6. The first one I did too many, and now I can leave. I did 6, now I can leave 5 for next time, which will be about the same as today. It's gonna be 2 hours, I guess. Okay, I can check some of these stuff out before we end the stream, but I'm gonna leave the last 5 for next time. It's because I don't have 2 hours now. I could go for another hour if I had to, but that's not gonna be enough, I think. I would have to be rushing through things, so we're leaving it for maybe tomorrow. Like even tomorrow morning, if I get up early enough, I could stream it tomorrow morning. A serpent brings an apple, but I already possess the wisdom. Dear Mr. Aleph, the National Foucault Studies Association extends a formal invitation for you to join our organization. Our mission is to guide society and the world towards a more structured and enlightened future. Yeah, structure. Structure sounds like control to me, I guess. It's like that sort of panopticon thing is just a huge surveillance state. Various arcane skills demand thorough preparation. Regarding the burned out by water stains ritual, is this about the resurrection ritual? Large number of arcanists, this should be easily achievable goal for Manus Vindictus. This is the requirements. Roar, Lion's Tail, Sacred Scarab Wings, Nukuteo Shell. Ooh, wait, this Nukuteo Shell was the shells from the island, the people from that island. I guess it's called Nukuteo, the island. We had that Free Breeze event, the events on the ship. When combined with the Fountain of Immortality, it seems likely that Manus Vindicta aims to achieve something extraordinary. Given the shell's properties, it can withstand an intense amount of energy, ensuring the ritual's success. The location, it's gonna be Antarctica. Okay, that's... So this is gonna be the actual ritual. Because like... Where's the Free Breeze event? Yeah, there it is. This one happens after Tristesse Tropiques, after Sao Paulo is this, and it's before Folia et de Raison, which is this. Yes. I do wish this went a bit further. They're like slowly adding all of the previous events. I did play through this one, so I know the events. I have played through this one, I know the events from there. This is where I heard of the Umbrella the first time, because I hadn't played like the main story where we find the Umbrella, which I think I've unlocked here. Yeah, I need to unlock all of this. It seems like this is like a better way to keep track of the main story instead of this, because some of the events are so important. It's like now we have this event being referenced a lot in the story, like the shell we just saw. It's kind of insane. Like every single event is kind of important. Some of them are more self-contained. Like I unlocked this one, I haven't played it. This seems to be like almost the first event. Well, the first event is this, but I just didn't like it. I can unlock it, hold on. I started playing at launch and then I played through this event, and like I didn't particularly like the event with like this Phantom Thief and the dog. I didn't vibe with this event at all, and like I stopped playing. And like I came back for a little bit when Lucy dropped, because I saw the trailer for that and Lucy seemed cool, and I came back for a few weeks and I summoned Lucy, and then I stopped again. And it's like the Bulgarian event with Robuska, that's where I actually came back.
It's raining.
It's like she brought me back, and now I'm staying because Bulgarian character, hell yeah.
That's how all the best stories start.
Oh wow. Okay, well, we have the other 5 chapters for next time. It might be tomorrow or the next day. It's gonna be like, again, just 2 hours. I streamed for 2 hours today, so I guess if I can get up early enough, I can do it in the morning tomorrow before reset. Because I'm trying to figure out when is like the maintenance for the new version. I don't want to start doing it and then it suddenly like stops. I got new music here as well. Can I not see it somewhere? Complete the main story first 16. Okay, so this is... Oh no, it's a main... Oh, it's event. It's event. Whew. It's an event, it's not the main story, so I can't do this one. Okay, so I'm gonna try and go live tomorrow to finish chapter 9, and then at one point I'm gonna be playing through the new event with Enigma, and I'm gonna be summoning for him. It's main event. Story mode after the version upgrade on 7.2. Okay. So it is the 2nd of July, then it's gonna be the update. Tomorrow is July 1st, which means that I can go live tomorrow to finish up the chapter, and then I'll be free to go live maybe on Friday to play more of the event, or maybe I can leave it for next week and just do it like a few times next week, because I can do 2 streams on this week and focus on my YouTube videos for the rest of the week. That's an option. That's probably what I'm gonna do. In any case, tomorrow I'm finishing chapter 9 of the main story. It's been very interesting. Can't wait to see how it ultimately ends up finishing. It's like, it's not as good as like the, you know, Verrain Sound was like the absolute peak of the story was here. Like these few chapters here were amazing. It's like the start is so rough. I gotta say that the first few chapters are like, I'm really not sure about them. This one was interesting, but I thought it was kind of vague. Like all of the first chapters are super vague. I mean, even this chapter now is like, some of the stuff are vague because they're referencing stuff from philosophy, and sometimes you don't remember them, or you even don't know them at all. And it's kind of difficult to keep up sometimes. Oh well, enough rambling. I'm ending the stream for today. Tomorrow morning I'm going live to finish the rest of the chapter. See you then. Bye bye.